All right, let's try this with a full source jar. If I still need more, okay, I don't. But it does take a full source jar to get this. We now have ourselves our marks of mastery. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more FTB Skies 2. Today, we are going to be finishing the rest of our Hours Nouveau questing. At least I'm pretty sure I will be. I don't think there's much more of this whole spiel that I'm gonna do, because a lot of this extra stuff is mostly for just magical weaponry and magical armors, which I'm not really going to touch. My main thing that I really want to get to is really just going to be going up, as well as over here. So, let us start with this spot down here. For those of you who saw the last video when I started this, you will know that I managed to get myself my source gem automation going, so that way I could start getting these guys automated. And if we head on over here, we will find a new island where I have set up everything for these. Well, most things. There are still a few things that I need to gather up that actually are going to involve stuff for later, but for the most part, I managed to assemble all of the ingredients for these, as it really was just a bunch of menial things. So now, if I were to go ahead and grab one of my source gems, which I'm going to need to find a way to bring these guys over here. I have a basic idea as to how I could do that, but I'll save that for once I'm at the end. If we go ahead and put it in this one, what we now are going to see happening is this is going to start crafting with this source gem and the pedestaled items around it. What's really good, though, is when using the imbuement like this, rather than using the enchantment stuff, the items on the pedestals aren't actually consumed. So, with this, we can actually go ahead and just keep these items, and I won't need to get any more, which is good, because some of these guys are going to get even more annoying. Although it does still take a little while, so if I go ahead and just pop a source jar right over here, that way we can go ahead and speed this baby up. We now got ourselves our first of our essences, which actually automatically completes the quest line for us. We just need to get one of those to complete that quest. Now, we're just going to need the rest of those. So, out of all of these guys, the only one that I don't have ingredients for is Conjuration Essence and Air Essence. We are actually going to need to get some very special things. Let's start off with the Conjuration Essence, because this one is going to have the easiest thing to start with, which is going to be a Starbunkle token. For us to get that, we're going to need to get ourselves some Starbunkles. And for that, we need it to be daytime, because nighttime will kill this.
Tomorrow.
Alrighty, it's daytime now. So, now what we need to do is we just need to go ahead and dig out a little 4x4. Well, not really 4. We need to take out 4 blocks. And here, we're going to put some delightful dirt down. What this is going to do, it's going to start spawning mobs. And we got ourselves some Starbunkles out there. So now, what we need to do is we just need to go ahead and take some gold and give it to one of these Starbunkles. So, will you take my gold? I think he took it. Yes, he did. Okay. Yes. There we go. I thought he jumped up the side, but no, that was just one of them. Okay. And, these guys are all spawning a bunch of mobs, so we don't need this anymore. We can go ahead and break it down. There we go. It does get rid of the delightful dirt, but I really don't need any passive mobs or any sort of passive mob farm. So, this is fine. So, there we go. Now we do have ourselves our Starbuncle charm and a Starbuncle gift. I'm guessing because those were the present ones. So let's see what happens. Oh! Wait, that was the other thing I needed for this. That works out then, doesn't it? Okay, so we got our Starbuncle token and our Wilden horn. So now we can go ahead and put that one down with our Starbuncle token, and there we go. Now we've got ourselves the Conjuration Essence ready to go. So now the only thing we're missing is the Air Essence with a Wilden wing. Now, the thing is, when it comes to the Wilden wings and the Wilden horn, I was going to get both of those from the same thing, because I can actually get both of those with the Tablet of Summoning Wilden, but I guess I only need to get one of those from this. So yes, obviously with the Tablet of Summon Wilden, this means this is going to be a ritual. So we're going to need our ritual brazier to pull this off. However, we're going to need to get ourselves a bit of a better area for this, as these guys could cause a good bit of damage for an area to get these guys up. I don't want to just make another island, as with this tablet of Summon Wilden, we can also get a boss. It's not going to happen unless we get the proper ingredients for it, which we can also get from the tablet, but we are going to need to fight the boss later in the video. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself a compacting machine. Now, for us to get this, it's not that hard. We're just going to need to get ourselves this and this right here. I've chosen the netherite one because I'm pretty sure that's the biggest I can get right now, so we can go ahead and throw those in there. And after that, we just need to get ourselves some compact machine walls. For us to get that, we need deep slate, though. So for us to get deep slate, this is actually where one of our essences is going to come in. And all this magic is brought to you by taking a long freaking time. I already got all the polished deep slate out of the way, so there we go. Now we've got our machine walls, and then we get ourselves our compact machine. So now that we have that, we just need to get ourselves our personal shrinking device, which is going to need others of. Oh.
You get the idea.
Now, it says I can fit in a curio slot, so I wonder, can I just work with it like this? No. Well, all the same, let's go ahead and head in here and see. It's not as big as I would like it to be, but it should be big enough for me to be able to use my purposes. But before that, I want to make sure I'm prepared for these, because I'm not exactly the most battle equipped for when it comes to this. I don't even really have any spells that I can use against these things. So what I've decided to do is I want to go ahead and make myself some golems. Now, if I use this Tablet of Awakening, which I used in the last video to make myself my amethyst golems, but use it next to archwood trees, we're gonna get a new mob. Now, I've seen this mob in different forms across the other trees, but I haven't seen it for the new one here. And I don't even know if this one even has one. So, we're about to see. It should be close enough to it. And if it is, I don't think that the new tree has one. Most unfortunate. Okay, well, that is fine. So, as long as it is just that, and it's not that these guys are disabled, we should be fine. Yes, okay, so the other guy just doesn't have one. Okay, that's good. So there we go. Now we have ourselves our blazing wheeled walker. And if we go ahead and take him and bind him to here, okay, he should be, I might need to do it the other way around. Yeah, he should be guarding this area. Alrighty, I got them all summoned. I had a bunch of the green guys, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and summon our Wildens. So here's the thing. These guys are going to attack things within their area. So, yes, there we go. The fighting's begun. It looks like there are things that are dying, though. It looks like something is spewing out mage fires, though. That might be the burning one. They just bodied them all. And there we go. I got myself the Wilden Wing. So now with our newly acquired Wilden Wing, we now have everything for all of our essences. Once I go ahead and get these guys made, we will have almost everything for our Arc of Mastery. So let me go ahead, grab 8 of these, because there are only 8. And then I can go ahead and then put this into each of these. There we go. All of you just go into your own proper places. And then it's gonna take a little while, but once these guys are ready, we will then have everything we need to just throw into here. And I already had the Abjuration Essence. That's fine. So there we go. We got all those ready. The only thing missing for our Arc of Mastery is the Wilden Tribute, which we get by defeating the boss. Or rather, my tree ents are going to defeat the boss, because I'm kind of curious to see if they can now. He's a multi-stagial boss, so it should hopefully go well. Alrighty, it's the moment of truth. I upgraded my armor to Prudentium just to increase my defense a little bit. I'm already higher than Diamond, I believe, with this. So I just wanted to give myself a little bit of an extra chance. And you guys are menaces, okay? So here's what we need to do. We need to go ahead and put this in. And before activating it, we just need to throw in each of the Wilden items as a sacrifice. Now, we right-click it and hope to not die. Oh. Here it should be in a moment. My 6 Ents versus the Wilden Chimera. Oh my gosh, they're actually doing decent damage. See, I don't actually want to try to fight this guy, honestly. I kind of want to let them attack him to see how they do, because honestly, I fought this guy several times on my channel before. So honestly, just watching these guys, it's kind of cool. Now, the real danger to me is going to come once he's able to fly, because what the Wilden Chimera will do is, as he gradually loses health, he is going to eventually start to mutate and gain the properties of the other Wilden mobs. Right now, he has the one that can summon the wolves, but soon, he's going to get the one that can fly, and then after that, he'll get the one with the spikes. So, it's going to be very difficult, especially with all of the fire. Like, the fire guy is causing a lot of extra damage around the area, but that might be playing into our favor. Oh, and the first of the Ents is down. And now there goes another before he even reaches his first mutation. Once he does, yes, he's mutating. There it goes. Oh. And he's opted to go for the spike mutation first. Interesting. Okay. Well, now I am in a little bit of danger, as this guy's going to just start shooting out these spikes. So, don't shoot the referee, Chimera. You don't want to do that. You just want to watch as the sports fans. Oh my gosh, the fire guy is down. I never honestly would have thought to do this. I mean, granted, people who've played this mod for a long time might have probably already done this, because usually these mobs are used to help you with big things like this. But I've only really used them once before in FTB Inferno. So I'm not exactly the best versed with how well these guys do. But yeah, the fire is gone, so I think that was from the blazing Wildwalker. I don't actually know how long it takes for a Wildwalker to regain its strength, but they have stopped doing as much damage. I think, oh my gosh, and only one of them is left remaining. But I think that most of the damage to the Chimera came from the blazing, because he's not taking as much damage as he was before. And, I mean, granted, with them dwindling down, it's not going to do as much damage. Honestly, at the end of the day, the Wildwalkers are a great asset when it comes to fighting this guy. But for the moment, I think I'm going to go ahead and just lay some of the rest of the hurt on myself. I totally think that the Wildwalkers would be able to finish him off. So, there we go. He's down. We've got our Wilden tribute. Alrighty, so it's the moment of truth. Here we go. We go ahead and put this in. Not enough source nearby. Right, I forgot. Some of these guys do require source. Okay, so I'm going to need to go ahead and take the source from over here. Just that way we can go ahead and get that going. And like always, just go ahead and just throw it all. Just gotta strong arm this whole thing to go ahead and get myself some more of the source. I think like maybe 20% should do it, because yeah, I mean, this is, granted, this is basically like one of the final things you can get in the Rs mod, so it might need more, but let's go ahead and chuck it in there. Still not enough mana. All right, let's try this with a full source jar. If I still need more, okay, I don't, but it does take a full source jar to get this. Oh my gosh, this is insane, but there we go. With this, we now have ourselves our Marks of Mastery, which also gives me another skill point in magic. Oh, so now my spell power is 100%. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Oh, and I can go ahead and get more stuff over here. That's absolutely awesome. Alrighty. So now that we've got ourselves our Marks of Mastery, what exactly are these things for? One of the things we need it for is going to be making end portal frames. It looks like it can also be used in some sort of spell focusing things, but that's not really the main focus of this. So with the 5 I've gathered from this, I'll be able to make the recipe twice, which will get me 8. I believe I need 12. I'm actually going to need to fight the Wilden Chimera twice more. What some of you might be wondering is, what's the other thing that I'm needing this Wilden tribute for that I'd kind of alluded to? That's actually going to be the Archmage spellbook, which will allow me to use tier 3 spells for all of my purposes, which is going to be very useful for the fighting days that are to come, because there's going to be some more bosses very soon. And especially since From the way that the hunt thing is talking about, yeah, right here, with this thing called Kill the Savage Ender Dragon, it sounded like the Ender Dragon might be a little bit more powerful. So I'm going to want to try to get as strong as I can. So there we go. We've gotten our Ars journey all ready and wrapped up. The only thing left for me to do is to start automating these special essences, since these guys are going to be used in getting further glyphs. So that's going to help me with being able to get even more customization.
20 minutes later.
We have ourselves our setup. So I decided to use modular routers. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a basically kind of a wireless routing mod, and it's highly configurable. So I just needed to make some of these guys. Very simple recipe. Actually, it's just a lot of other things. And then with a lot of these sender Mark IIs, so that way I could then configure it to these spots, because it needs to be a Mark II for me to lock them in. We now have a way to go ahead and send our gems out to each of those guys manually. So if I was to go ahead and put all of these in, let's just go ahead and send them through. There they go. You guys see that? They all just go floating so elegantly into place. So now with those guys there, and drawers on top of each of them with pullers in, we now have ourselves our full setup of our essences ready and automated. And honestly, looking at the finished product with this is just so satisfying to look at. Like, all the fire and stuff aside, this is actually really good. So now we've gotten that ready. All that's really left for me to do now is open up today's chance cube. Yes, it is that part of the show where I open up a chance cube, risking my entire series for all of your entertainment. And I guess I'll be risking this fairy as well. Chance cube, let's see what happens. Did I get the boat one again? I got the boat one again. Did you like this video? Good. Then be sure to check out our last FTB Skies 2 video where we started our Ars journey and made an amethyst farm. Bye-bye!